Under 1 month after marriage, Yang Mei Mei call emergency press conference, C-Biz shock what could possibly force a newly married couple, still within the glow of their wedding celebrations, to summon the entire entertainment industry into a sudden emergency press conference in less than 1 month after saying their vows? That was the question echoing across C-Biz when news broke that Yang Mei Mei had abruptly called reporters, executives, and media outlets together with no prior notice, no teaser statement, and no explanation beyond a single, chilling line released by their team: "There is something the public deserves to hear directly from us. Hold on tight, the world of your favorite celebrities is unfolding before your eyes, and every moment is more breathtaking than the last. So make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications right now, because trust me, you do not want to miss what's coming next." The timing alone was enough to send shockwaves through the industry. Less than 30 days earlier, fans had been celebrating their union, sharing wedding photos, praising their love story, and calling them one of the most sincere and grounded couples in the spotlight. The mood had been joy, stability, and promise. But now, that joy had been replaced with unease. Why the urgency? Why the secrecy? And why so soon after marriage? As reporters gathered, tension thickened the air. Cameras were set. Microphones lined the table. Yet when Yang Mei Mei finally appeared, it was immediately clear that this was not a celebration, not a publicity stunt, and not a strategic announcement. Yulong's face was pale, his posture rigid, as though he were carrying a weight far heavier than the room itself. Yang Mei Mei sat beside him, hands clasped tightly together, eyes glassy but determined, the expression of someone bracing herself to speak a truth she had been holding in for far too long. When the room fell silent, Yulong spoke first, his voice steady but strained, revealing that the weeks following their marriage had not been what the public imagined. Behind the smiles and carefully chosen appearances, they had been facing a private reality that had tested them in ways neither expected. He spoke not of scandal, but of pressure. Not of betrayal, but of endurance. He explained how the sudden shift from dating to marriage intensified scrutiny, how rumors multiplied, how narratives were written without their consent, and how the emotional toll began to seep into every corner of their lives. Then Yang Mei Mei took the microphone, and it was her voice that broke the room. She admitted that the happiness fans saw was real, but incomplete. That there were nights she cried in silence, not because she doubted their love, but because the weight of expectations had become suffocating. She spoke of how quickly joy can be misunderstood in the public eye, how love becomes performance, and how marriage does not shield you from judgment, but sometimes amplifies it. As her voice trembled, Yulong reached for her hand, not to interrupt, but to steady her, a quiet gesture that said more than words ever could. The press conference reached its most devastating moment when they revealed the truth fans were least prepared to hear, that the emergency was not about separation, scandal, or regret, but about survival. About choosing honesty before silence turned into resentment. About calling this conference not to end something, but to protect it. Yulong admitted that they had reached a point where pretending everything was perfect felt more dangerous than admitting it was hard. Yang Mei Mei followed with a statement that left the room frozen, explaining that love does not collapse in chaos, but erodes quietly when people are afraid to ask for understanding. The reaction was immediate and overwhelming. Social media erupted, not with condemnation, but with heartbreak and empathy. Fans who had idealized their relationship were forced to confront a truth rarely acknowledged in celebrity culture, that marriage does not erase vulnerability, and fame does not protect love from strain. Clips of Yang Mei Mei wiping tears while still insisting they were fighting together went viral within minutes. Yulong's closing words, delivered with quiet resolve, echoed across platforms as fans replayed them again and again. "We didn't come here because we're breaking. We came because we refused to." As the conference ended, no dramatic exit followed. They stood, bowed slightly, and walked away hand in hand, not triumphant, not defeated, but resolute. And in that image, fans saw something more powerful than perfection. They saw two people choosing honesty over illusion, partnership over performance, and truth over silence. In the days that followed, the industry re-evaluated its assumptions. Fans softened their expectations. Comment sections filled not with gossip, but with messages of support, reflection, and gratitude. Yang Mei Mei had not shattered an image of love, they had humanized it. And in doing so, they reminded everyone watching that the strongest relationships are not the ones without struggle, but the ones brave enough to face it together, even when the entire world is watching. The news hit the C-Biz world like a lightning strike. Less than a month after their highly publicized wedding, Yang Mei Mei called an emergency press conference, an announcement that would send ripples throughout the entertainment industry and leave fans around the globe stunned. Speculation had been swirling quietly since their nuptials, but no one could have predicted the urgency, the tension, and the raw emotion that would unfold behind the cameras. The conference was held in a sleek, understated venue, yet the atmosphere was anything but calm. Media personnel filled every corner, cameras and microphones poised to capture the smallest gesture, the tiniest tremor in the voices of the couple. As Yulong and Yang Mei Mei stepped forward, there was a noticeable heaviness in their expressions, a quiet acknowledgement that what they were about to reveal would not be easy to hear, nor simple to process. The room fell silent, as if the collective breath of the entire audience was being held in anticipation. From the very first words, it was clear that this was not a scripted PR moment. Yang Mei Mei's voice wavered, her eyes glistening with unshed tears, while Yulong's jaw tightened as he fought to maintain composure. "We need to speak to our fans directly," Yang Mei Mei began, her tone trembling yet resolute. "There have been rumors, speculation, and stories circulating about us over the past few weeks. It's time the truth is told." The cameras zoomed in, capturing every detail, the quiver of her hands as she held the microphone, the way Yulong's hand hovered near hers in a gesture of support, the subtle nods that conveyed solidarity amidst overwhelming stress. Even without knowing the full content of their revelation, fans immediately sensed the emotional gravity of the moment. Social media exploded almost instantly, with hashtags trending worldwide: Yulong Yang Mei Mei truth, C-Biz shocked, fans in tears. As they began to speak, the heartbreaking truth emerged in slow, deliberate sentences. They spoke of struggles that had been invisible to the public eye, challenges in adjusting to the sudden spotlight, personal difficulties that neither fame nor fortune could shield them from, and private emotional battles that had intensified under scrutiny. The honesty in their words, combined with the visible tears streaming down Yang Mei Mei's face, created a scene of profound vulnerability rarely witnessed in the public lives of celebrities. Fans watching the live stream were instantly moved. Thousands typed messages in real time, expressing shock, empathy, and unconditional support. "We had no idea, stay strong," one comment read. Another said, "Their honesty is heartbreaking but beautiful. We'll stand by them no matter what." Clips of the press conference went viral within minutes, capturing moments of emotional breakdown, mutual support between the couple, and the painstaking courage it took to confront the public with their truth. The impact on the C-Biz industry was immediate. Fellow actors, producers, and colleagues expressed concern, releasing statements of solidarity. Analysts noted that the way Yulong and Yang Mei Mei handled the situation, a balance of raw honesty and dignified composure, was unprecedented. The conference became a case study in crisis management, emotional transparency, and the power of authenticity in the age of relentless media scrutiny. Yet amidst the heartbreak and the tears, one undeniable theme emerged: resilience. Yulong and Yang Mei Mei, though visibly shaken, repeatedly emphasized their commitment to each other, their determination to face challenges together, and their gratitude for the unwavering support of their fans. Every tear shed, every tremor in their voice, every subtle glance toward one another underscored a narrative far deeper than gossip. This was a story of love, endurance, and the courage to face public life with unflinching honesty. As the conference drew to a close, the cameras captured one final, poignant moment: Yulong gently holding Yang Mei Mei's hand, their fingers entwined, faces etched with relief, pain, and a quiet determination. For millions of fans, the image became iconic, a symbol not of scandal, but of humanity, connection, and the enduring power of truth. Social media continued to buzz for hours, with discussions, fan tributes, and emotional reactions flooding timelines across the world. In the end, the emergency press conference did more than reveal shocking truths. It revealed character, vulnerability, and love under pressure. It reminded fans and the public alike that behind the glamour, the red carpets, and the flashing cameras, these stars are human, capable of heartbreak, courage, and profound emotional depth. And as the world processed the revelations, one thing became clear: Yulong and Yang Mei Mei's story had transcended scandal. It had become a story of shared humanity, one that would be remembered, discussed, and cherished for years to come. The moment the press conference ended, the world seemed to erupt simultaneously. Across social media platforms, millions of fans shared their shock, grief, and support, creating an unprecedented wave of engagement. Every phrase, every tear, every subtle gesture from Yulong and Yang Mei Mei was replayed, dissected, and magnified. Clips went viral within minutes, some garnering millions of views, each replay fueling deeper speculation, analysis, and emotional responses. Fan forums became a whirlwind of activity. Some fans expressed heartbreak, admitting they had never imagined their idols would endure such struggles so soon after marriage. "I can't stop crying," one fan wrote, "They're human, and they're hurting, and it breaks my heart." Others expressed admiration and unwavering support. "We'll stand by you," another posted. "Your love is stronger than any rumor or scandal." Across platforms, threads stretched for pages, filled with reactions ranging from emotional essays to digital fan tributes, each piece reflecting the global resonance of this intimate revelation. The C-Biz industry responded with its own wave of shock and analysis. Fellow actors, directors, and producers commented on the couple's bravery, recognizing the difficulty of confronting private struggles so publicly. Analysts described the press conference as unprecedented in its emotional transparency, noting that rarely do stars of such high profile reveal vulnerability so raw and unfiltered. Entertainment magazines and online portals published in-depth breakdowns of every nuance, from the subtle shift of young Mei Mei's gaze to the reassuring hand gestures exchanged between the couple, highlighting the profound connection that had sustained them even under extreme pressure. Media outlets also speculated on the broader implications for their careers. Would the revelation affect upcoming projects? Could fans continue to support the couple through future public scrutiny? And yet, almost universally, the consensus was clear: honesty had won hearts. What could have been perceived as a scandal instead became a testament to resilience, authenticity, and the human capacity for love under extraordinary circumstances.